We warmly welcome you here at the Queen City of the South, Cebu City. And here we say maayong pagabot, dini sa lungsod sa Subo.
I love Cebu. I love Cebu.
Good day, my dear tourists. Welcome to Cebu City. Did you know that Cebu is the oldest city in the Philippines? It is often called the Queen City of the South. I am Nicole, your tour guide for today. By the way, I would like you to meet our coach, Captain Ern. Say hello to Ern. For us to have a smooth, flowing, fun-filled, and informative tour, I would like you to pay attention to some friendly reminders that I will be saying. Would that be okay, my dear tourists? First, please be seated until the bus comes in a full stop. Next, please take good care of your belongings. And lastly, let's maintain cleanliness by simply disposing our trash properly. And don't forget our golden rule: take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and kill nothing but time. If you have any questions, please feel free to approach me.
Thank you, Miss Nicole. From UE Travel and Tours, it's always been our utmost priority is your safety. To complete our safety travel, here are the safety precautionary measures to avoid the contact with the COVID-19 virus. Please do remember the S, T, I, and E. S that stands for safety. Please stay with your good behavior during our trip and do not leave your global things behind. Always wear your face mask, face shields, and bring alcohol at all the times for sanitation. T. Take nothing but memories, leave nothing but footprints, and kill nothing but time. Always remember the quote that said, clean as you go. I that stands for instructions. Always pay attention to my signals indicated by a flag, which means that we all need to gather back to the starting point after the specific time given for everyone. And last but not the least, and one of the most important in our tour is E. It stands for explore and enjoy. But did you know, guys, that a smile can bright up your day? Can I see all your beautiful smiles, everyone? Great! Everyone is pretty amazing, especially you. Well, I bet you guys are all excited. But to start with, today is May 18, 2022. For time check, it's 7 a.m. in the morning. Please synchronize your time as mine to avoid delays and missing in action during our tour. All done, tourists? Thank you so much. Now, to start our tour, may I call on Mr. Ern to discuss our first destination.
Hello, my dear tourists. Are you excited about our first destination? But before that, let me introduce myself first. I'm Fernando, but you can call me Ern or Kuya Ern. So now, our first destination is the Magellan's Cross. The Magellan's Cross history traces its roots back to 1521 when the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan set his foot in Cebu. He befriended the locals and the native chief Raha Humabon. Raha Humabon, his wife, and hundreds of his native warriors were baptized as they agreed to accept Christianity on April 21, 1521. Magellan planted a cross to signify this important event about the propagation of the Roman Catholic faith in Cebu. The story goes that during the olden times, people used to believe that the cross had miraculous healing powers, so they started chipping it away or getting a piece for themselves. That is why the original cross is encased in another wooden cross for protection. This prompted the government officials to encase it in pindalo wood and secure it inside a small chapel called kiosok. However, there are also stories that the original cross was actually destroyed. The Magellan's Cross displayed here is said to be a replica of such a cross. It is housed in the small chapel located in front of the present City Hall of Cebu, along Magallanes Street, named in honor of Magellan. According to the edge plan, at the base of the Magellan's Cross, the original crucifix planted in 1521 is encased in the wooden cross that is displayed. This is one of the most interesting facts about Magellan's Cross. And how much is Magellan's Cross entrance fee? There is no entrance fee to visit Magellan's Cross in Cebu. The next destination is the Basilica del Santo Niño Church, located at the heart of Cebu City's busy area. Did you know that the Santo Niño Church is one of those religious and historical structures in Cebu province that is top on every visitor's list? That exactly, because it is not only a religious treasure and landmark, but also it is located where other landmarks can be found, such as the famous Magellan's Cross, the Muktan Shrine, and other tourist attractions in Cebu. In the 16th century, Cebu Minor Basilica of the Santo Niño, or also known as the Basilica Minor del Santo Niño, was founded by Andres de Urdaneta, an Augustinian priest on April 28, 1565. It was built on the exact spot where the image of the Santo Niño, a sculpture of the Holy Child Jesus, found with Spanish explorers in 1565. It was said that the image was preserved in a burned wooden box that was left behind by Magellan during his expedition in 1521. Santo Niño de Cebu's structure was first built out of earth, hardwood, and nipal leaves. Basilica Minor del Santo Niño is the oldest Roman Catholic church established in the Philippines. Wonderful place to visit because you are all safe here. The people are kind, and you can experience the special presence of God. Even if it is at the center of the city, you can still feel the serenity and recollection. So now, may I call Miss Nicole to hit the next destination.
Our next destination is Muktan Shrine. Lapu-Lapu City lies the hallowed ground where one fateful day, a long time ago, a fierce battle was fought in the name of freedom and love. That battle was then centuries later dubbed as the Battle of Muktan. It is encapsulated in a public park dotted with trees and a variety of tropical floras that accommodates family picnics, outings, and sightseeing destinations for those curious souls who want to remember the enormity of the distant past. Our next destination is Fort San Pedro. Fort San Pedro is a military defense structure in Cebu. It was built by the Spaniards under the command of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Today's fort was built in 1738. It is the oldest triangular bastion fort in the country. It served as the embryo of the very first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. Today, part of the fort is a museum that displays legacies of the Spanish government and well-preserved Spanish artifacts like documents, paintings, and sculptures. May I call Tour Guide Kate to explain the next destination?
Now we are here at the Cebu Tawis Temple. Cebu Tawis Temple was built in 1972 by the Chinese community of Cebu City. This is located in Beverly Hills subdivision. The multi-tiered religious temple stands on top of a small hill at an elevation of 300 meters above sea level. It overlooks the city, giving you a beautiful panorama of the city skyline and the blue water dividing the capital of Muktan Island. And before we go inside, I need to give you some heads up. Since you are all entering into a holy place, you are expected to respect the place by keeping the usual rules in religious sites. And now I am giving you 2 rules here in the temple. First, you need to remember that you are a visitor and you are expected to abide by the rules of this place, and you may not share your faith, but you must bear in mind that this place is sacred to the worshippers and that it is a place of prayer, meditation, and communication with God. Secondly, no photography inside the temples and prayer rooms. While you are allowed to take photos of every other part of the complex, please do not take pictures of the interior of the buildings and anything inside. And now I hope you enjoyed roaming around the temple. And all I can say that the temple is superb, that covered with colorful paints and paintings that really depicts its religious meanings and backgrounds. And for our next destination is also a temple. Can you guess what is it? Yeah, it is the famous Temple of Playa. Next, we are here at the Temple of Playa. Temple of Playa is dubbed as Cebu's Taj Mahal. This Roman-inspired building showcases not only a labyrinthine and sophisticated architecture, but also it has an overlooking view of Cebu City. And to give you some facts, the story of this temple of Playa is the same as Taj Mahal, a mausoleum in India which built as a symbol of undying love. Temple of Playa is Teodorico Soriano Adarna's gesture of love to his late wife, Leia Albino Adarna. His life partner for 53 years. Imagine that. How sweet. Sana all, right? And so moving on to the next destination, we have Miss Angel Rumi to tour us.
Now, as we headed from the epic landscape of Cebu Island that attracts people all around the world, it is none other than Mountain View Nature Park that is stuck in Cebu mountainside, popularly called Busay. As the name suggests, you will see the very best view of the whole Cebu from the Mountain View Nature Park. But did you know Busay became renowned for its inspiring natural beauty and enveloped by indigenous fauna and flora, waterfalls, nature pools, and encapsulating Mother Nature. From the mountain tops, Busay, you can see panoramic view of Cebu and the surrounding towns. So once inside, you can also explore the mini zoo, which is home to toucans, monkeys, snakes, and other local animals. Now we are about to head to our 8th destination. See guys, there are so much to see of the province of Cebu. Not only it will give you the best nightlife, especially with developed attractions as well, such as Terrazas de Flores, the Philippines' first and only flower terraces. Terraza de Flores is mystifying and beautiful botanical garden that brightly sweeps over the mountainside of Barangay Malubog in Cebu City. Slope of this botanical garden is adorned with vibrant color, white flowers that have been carefully planted in rows that give off powerful and artistic effect to the mountain. Feeling tired yet? Well guys, we're just about to go to the exciting part, so I won't keep you wait too long because I know you are all excited, so may I summon Mr. Andre to discuss our next destination.
Hello guys, I'm your tour guide Andre. You can also call me Rob for short. So, who is up for historical and museum exploration? Anyone guys? Good thing, you're in the perfect province. Let's go to Museo Sugbo. Domingo de Escondrillas designed the Museo in 1869. He used to be the only one architect at that time. Because of its magnitude at the time of construction, it was originally intended to be the primary prison of the Visayan district. Construction began in 1871. Parts of the jail were used to said have been built with coral blocks from the demolished Marian Church. Inside the Museo, there are 4 galleries located in 2 different buildings. In the building of the Museum of Philippine Political History, the Political History Gallery and the Presidential Gallery is located. Now let's go to our next destination, which is Casa Gorordo. But before we start, I assume some of you might be hungry. So I have biscuits and chocolates here in my bag. Please inform me if you want some. Let's go to Casa Gorordo. Juan Gorordo, the first Filipino bishop of Cebu, was born here in 1862 to 1934. A tour of this home provides a glimpse into the lives of a Filipino family between the years 1860 to 1922. The space now houses notable paintings, museum treasures, a patio as well as ancient home objects and furniture. The Casa Gorordo Museum depicts a family going through a difficult time. The Philippines shift from a colonial to a contemporary society. There are stories from millennial past contained inside its walls and artifacts. We like sharing with each of our visitors. These are the stories we tell them by using novel methods of encouragement and imagination, learning and pleasure all visitors and greeted by helpful guides. You have a thorough understanding of Casa Borordo and the region's Cebuano tradition. Now let me call Miss Kalimutan to take us to our next destination.
Maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan, we are now approaching to our next destination. As you can see on your left side, that is the Carbon Market of Cebu City. It is the oldest and largest farmers market in Cebu City, located in the Central Visayas region of the Philippines. And is also a major tourist attraction. It is also located in downtown Cebu City on MC Briones Street, Ermita Barangay. And it can be reached by most buses or jeepneys in that area. Wares sold include clothing and calamansi baskets from Bohol, fish, chickens, and tripe, as well as souvenirs and handicrafts. Although here is a significant crime in the downtown area around the Carbon Market, but don't worry, the crimes are controlled by the police, vendors, and nearby residents. Let me provide trivia about Carbon Market of Cebu City. Did you know that the Carbon Market is named for depot where coal was unloaded from Cebu Railroad? And another story is that it was named for heaps of waste cinders dumped here in the 19th century. And we arrive at Jumalone Butterfly Sanctuary. If you're a lover of butterflies, caterpillars, and other similar creatures, I'm confident that this destination was designed for you. And for those who aren't, I'm optimistic that after this trip, you will be. So let's start. Jumalone Butterfly Sanctuary is located in Basac, Cebu City and is operated by Jumalone Foundation. It is a private museum, art gallery, and nature reserve, and it was originally constructed in 1974. Moreover, the garden contains over 100 species of butterfly food plants. Among these plants are 50 species of butterflies, both indigenous and exotic. Certain species are hatched and released in captivity, and also there is a spa and greenhouse within the compound so that you can relax while watching the butterflies. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tour in this destination. And now I will give the floor to our co-tourist, Miss Bagadyong.
Good morning everyone, my name is Claire and I am the guide for today's tour, and I am taking you to the Queen City of the South, none other than Cebu City. Adventures sometimes feel like the beach are overrated, malls are overcrowded, theme parks are for kids, and mountain hiking could be too exhausting. But Crown Regency's sky experience in Cebu will never disappoint. Cebu's taking you to the greater heights. Let's all brace ourselves and be ready to conquer our fear as we are bringing ourselves to the 37th floor of the Cebu's tallest building yet. Let's start! The Edge Coaster. It is the very first and only amusement ride of its kind. You can see that this activity goes to the building while you are locked into a wheel seat. So this new platform has a control lever that can tilt the platform down to 55 degrees. So can you imagine the ride, the breathtaking view of course. And now let's take a look at this another ride here, which is a Skywalk Street. So situated 126.55 meters high above the street, you can walk around with the edge of the building with an overhead safety harness, of course, and feel naturally high with the Skywalking Street. Now let's go down to my favorite, the Tawis. You can see that in the looks of it, it's 473 feet high from the first tower. Of course, you get to enjoy the chance to enjoy the breathtaking view of Cebu as you cross another tower situated 250 feet away. Now let's go to the second ride, of course, but let's tone it down. We have one of the key features of this place, the 6D movie theater. So of course, theater, you get the chance to watch a movies with all of some sort of kinds of effects like rain, wind, snow, bubbles, and motion seats guaranteed to blow you all away. And of course, you get to experience that you are in that specific movie or in that scenery, of course. That is just the beginning. Let's all experience that. Let's hop on those rides and let's go. Now let's tone it down to rides, all stuffs like that. Let's all take a deep breath and experience and appreciate our next destination for today. We have the Carmelite Monastery. So it is a heaven of solitude in the middle of a more metropolitan. The monastery is a quiet and a good place to offer a prayer. There are trees around the chapel and convent that contribute to its cool environment. Of course, many devotees also crowd the monastery during the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel every 16th of July. So a number of devotees visit the chapel to hear Mass or to light candles, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, offer a prayer. So also, did you know that the former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo also went into this place, into a spiritual retreat with a Carmelite nuns to also offer prayer. Now let's all relax, tone it down from our previous destination, and let's all reflect. Let's all hop onto this destination and offer a silent prayer. Guys, it's very unfortunate that I have to let you go. And to end this tour, of course, let's now give the floor to Miss Cabentoy, and of course, let's give a round of applause.
Unfortunately, our tour has come to an end. But first, we would want to express our gratitude to our coach captain for a wonderful excursion. We'd also like to extend our appreciation to everyone who has been part of this adventure. And if you have any questions, clarifications, or suggestions, don't hesitate to approach me and my fellow tour guides. So yeah, be ready and pack all your things before leaving the bus, and please sit back and enjoy the view on the left-hand side of the bus as we leave the city. Also, please double check to make sure your bag has been taken off the bus. On behalf of UE Travel and Tours, I would like to thank all of you for choosing us to be part of your unforgettable journey. I hope to see you again in the future and have a wonderful vacation in Cebu City. Always remember to enjoy every little things in your life. This is your tour guide Kay, together with me, our coach captain Ern, and we are now signing off. Thank you guys and have a safe trip back home.